In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the pads and rotors on your Honda Pilot. These are located in the rear of the vehicle, behind the wheel. Let's get started. Once we've raised and supported the vehicle, we can remove the lug nuts with a 22mm. It's good to use a magnet tray. You don't want to kick these all around. To remove our caliper body, we have two 12mm bolts. We can remove our caliper body, and we want to support this so that it's not hanging by the brake hose. We're going to make sure that the caliper is secured in place. We'll just be using this strap. Loop it through one end here, and we'll just come around the strut a couple times. We just don't want that falling. Now we can remove the pads. We have a couple of spring clips to pull out. We'll set those off to the side. And we can remove our pads. You want to inspect the pads and see if they've been wearing in any awkward way. If they have, there could be an issue with the caliper. To remove the caliper bracket, we have two 17mm bolts. To remove the rotor, we have a number 3 Phillips head right here. We'll set that off to the side. There are 3 contact points on the back of the parking brake shoes. We're just going to lubricate those with a little anti-seize. You can use a flathead to just create a little space. And then stick the brush in between the shoe and the backing plate. Try not to get any anti-seize on the surface of the shoe. If you do get any anti-seize on the surface, just wipe it off. And we'll do the same on the other shoe. Just wipe the anti-seize off the shoes here. All right, we're going to clean up our caliper bracket now. We can remove these shims. If they're a little hard to remove, you can use a flathead. You want to take note. There is a difference between these. You want to make sure they go back on the right side. Now we're going to go ahead and clean up our bracket. You can use a wire brush. You want to pull the pins out, wipe off the old grease. Make sure you inspect your pins for any corrosion or pitting. These look great. We're going to just apply some silicone paste. And make sure you get the paste all the way up to the seal. As we install our pin, you want to inspect your slide pin boots. You want to make sure there's no tears or rips. You want to make sure that you remove any of the air from the boot. We'll do the same on the other pin. Now before we apply our shims, we're going to use some anti-seize just on the caliper bracket. And we can install the shims. Make sure the shim is fully seated. Before installing our rotor, we're going to apply a small amount of anti-seize just to the hub. When you go to install the rotor, you want to make sure that you have your screw lined up. Now we can install our rotor screw. You want to be careful not to over-tighten this. Don't forget to move the grommet from the old rotor to the new one. Now we can install our bracket. We'll snug these up. We'll torque these to 65 foot-pounds. Before installing your pads, you want to install the brake squealer. This lets you know when your brakes have worn out. It can help to tilt the back of the brake pad in and then place the pad in. We can remove our caliper strap. And we need to compress our caliper to fit it over our new pads. To do that, you can use a caliper compressor or one of the old pads and a big set of pliers or an oil filter wrench will do the job. Just make sure you don't press on the banjo bolt. Now we can install our caliper body. Now we can install our pad springs. You want to make sure you're holding the pads together. As you install your caliper body, make sure that the hose isn't twisted. You're going to line up the flat part of the pins with the flat part of the caliper. You can install our caliper hardware. We'll snug these up. And we'll torque them to 25 foot-pounds. Now you can install the wheel. If you thread the first lug all the way in, it'll hold the wheel on for you. And we'll snug those down. We'll torque these in a star pattern to 94 foot-pounds with a 22 millimeter.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.